Numerous enigmatic new characters have been introduced in the Rings of Power. All of them are crucial to the show's ongoing plot. The notes and appendices of J.R.R. Tolkien may have served as inspiration for Amazon's most recent fantasy TV show, but that doesn't imply the plot is foreordained. In contrast to inventing Middle-earth, Tolkien advocated its excavation. In an interview, J.D. Payne, a co-creator, said, "We felt like we were uncovering things that were already there. People have seen montages and flashes about it, but there are enormous undiscovered stories. Some of the personalities portrayed on TV effectively capture this air of mystery." Galadriel is portrayed in the Rings of Power as a combat-ready warrior who has dedicated her life to battling Sauron and no longer truly knows who she will be if she ever gives up fighting evil, which has surprised viewers. The Southlands, which will eventually turn into the volcanic wastes of Mordor and be governed by Sauron, have been the subject of attention due to an orc revolt. The Second Age of Middle-earth has plainly accelerated in time, with widespread speculation of an impending catastrophe that would wipe out the island nation of Enmenor and mark the end of this age. The focus of the Rings of Power's first season has shifted more and more toward a group of unidentified characters. Although they might later become well-known characters in Tolkien's mythology, they are all reportedly unique. One of these might even be Sauron, who would be masking his true identity from the armies that would follow him. The four mysteries from this Lord of the Rings prequel are explained in the following manner. 1. The Stranger, affectionately referred to by fans as Meteor Man, is the first mystery figure in the Rings of Power. A possible hint that the Stranger is one of the Maor, the powerful wizards sent by the godlike Valar to aid Middle-earth's inhabitants in their battle against the darkness, is that he arrived on the continent of Middle-earth at the precise moment the way parted to transport a group of elves to Valinor. The Stranger might even be the most well-known of them. He might be Gandalf from the Rings of Power. Tolkien's notes suggest that there may be unknown tales of earlier adventures, even though it is usually accepted that Gandalf won't arrive in Middle-earth until the Third Age. The Stranger has been set up to be a major figure in Middle-earth in the Rings of Power, but it's still uncertain whether to view him as a hero or a villain. The flames surrounding the impact site where he came burn cold, precisely as Galadriel claimed happened in the presence of the darkest sorcery, hinting at the fact that his power is genuinely black in nature. More recently, in the Rings of Power Episode 5, the Stranger almost killed Nori with his amazing healing magic. Despite his potential for strength, he cannot be trusted, therefore, he is not necessarily an ally or friend. 2. Adar. The first season of the Rings of Power features Adar, who seems to be a fallen elf. Since Adar is an elvish term that most likely means father, it might imply that he is the one who somehow created the orcs who respect him in the first place. His name looks to be an alias or possibly a title. Whereas the Stranger is a mystery, Adar is an opponent who even appears to be Morgoth's genuine heir rather than Sauron. In reality, Adar had an angry response to being mistaken for Sauron in the Rings of Power Episode 5. It's possible these two are rivals, with Adar destined to fall, but in so doing to present Sauron with the opportunities he needs to rise to power. 3. Halbrand, who unexpectedly came to Galadriel's aid, is the legitimate ruler of the Southlands who escaped from the orcs. Despite having to act in some rather desperate ways to survive, he has chosen to travel with Galadriel back to Middle-earth in order to fight the orcs and, hopefully, free his people. Halbrand provides a crucial human viewpoint on the escalating strife roiling Middle-earth, but sadly, his tale is destined for a very grim turn. Halbrand's kingdom will eventually crumble as the Southlands are changed into Mordor, provided he ever claims it in the first place. There's even been speculation he may wind up becoming one of Sauron's ringwraiths, given Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings movies hinted the 9 humans enslaved to Sauron's will were all kings. There's some evidence Halbrand could become the Witch King of Angmar, which would mean he would become one of the most dangerous monsters in Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. 4. The Dweller. In the Rings of Power Episode 5, the Dweller, another Enigma character, is introduced to viewers. The Dweller is seen watching over the impact crater where the Stranger plummeted into Middle-earth in a menacing and ominous manner. He is obviously the commander of a squad that is pursuing the Stranger, and a portion of his skin that has become black suggests that dark magic may be corrupting him physically. The soundtrack does not support the intense conjecture that the Dweller is actually Sauron at last. Rather, it is more likely that he and the other White Cloaks are simply emissaries for Sauron, who has always preferred to work through emissaries. If the White Cloaks are working for Sauron, then they are likely to serve a major role in The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, by forcing the Stranger to confront his lost memories and forgotten identity. They are unlikely to survive the Second Age, however, given there are no potential corresponding roles in Tolkien's lore from The Lord of the Rings. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe and give us a like.